one teen, one alleged predator, in a moment that investigators say turned into a fight for survival. A teen girl calls 911 and says someone broke into her home. When police arrive, they find blood inside the bedroom. But what investigators say happened inside their house would turn this case into a story about survival after the girl reportedly fought back with a hammer. Let's check it out. Let's make this clear. Some of the stories we cover here involve serious allegations and vulnerable victims. The purpose of STJ Archives is not to sensationalize tragedy, but to examine these cases, understand what happened, and remind ourselves why accountability and protection for the vulnerable matter. Welcome or welcome back. In today's archives, we're looking at a case out of Rockledge, Florida, where police say a teenage girl with autism defended herself during an alleged assault inside her own home. According to investigators, the situation began when a man entered the home while the girl's guardians were away at work. What happened next would eventually lead to serious felony charges. According to police documents, the case began when the teenage victim called 911 and reported that someone had broken into her home. Officers with the Rockledge Police Department responded to the residence. When they arrived, investigators quickly noticed signs that something seriously happened inside this house. Authorities reported seeing bloodstains in several areas of the home. Investigators observed blood on the bed inside the victim's bedroom. They also found blood in the dining room area, as well as the garage. Officers discovered a paper towel that appeared to have fresh blood on it. These details suggested that some type of struggle had taken place inside that home. According to the arrest affidavit, the victim told investigators that the suspect had entered the home without permission. The suspect was later identified as 29-year-old Brandon McEwen. The victim told police that McEwen got on top of her in what she described as a push-up position. She said she began resisting and trying to defend herself. Despite the situation she was in, the girl told investigators she was able to shift the struggle and eventually get on top of him. During that moment, she noticed something nearby: a hammer. According to the report, she grabbed the hammer and struck McEwen one time in the back of the head. After being hit, McEwen reportedly gathered his belongings and quickly left the house. Because the victim is a minor, many details in this case were redacted from public records. However, investigators say the victim later participated in a forensic interview at a children's advocacy center. During that interview, the girl explained that she felt intimidated by McEwen and didn't know how to tell him no. Investigators also learned that the home had strict rules posted inside, including reminders not to allow anyone into the house while the guardians were away. According to the police, McEwen entered the home while the adults were at work. Authorities also noted that McEwen was aware that the victim had autism. Investigators documented several pieces of physical evidence inside the house. They reported bloodstains in the victim's bedroom. Blood was also found in the dining room area, and investigators discovered a paper towel which appeared to have blood inside the garage. These pieces of evidence helped investigators reconstruct what may have happened inside the home. But officers still needed to locate the suspect. Investigators eventually located McEwen after identifying his phone number through messages found on the victim's phone. Police went to the residence connected to him. When McEwen answered the door, officers reported that he was wearing a green sweater and appeared to have blood on it. Police then questioned him about the situation. According to the arrest report, McEwen told investigators that he had met the girl only a few days earlier at a gas station. He said they began communicating through Snapchat and text messages. According to his statement, the two eventually made plans to spend time together. McEwen told police that on February 23rd, the two had sexual intercourse. He said he returned to the home the following day. According to his account, they were lying in bed watching television when the girl began massaging his back. Despite his explanation, investigators determined there was enough evidence to move forward with charges. Police say McEwen entered the home without permission. Based on the victim's statement, the forensic interview evidence found inside the home, police arrested McEwen. McEwen is now facing felony charges in Brevard County. Those charges include unlawful sexual activity with a minor and burglary of a dwelling with battery. Court records show that the additional accounts related to unlawful sexual activity were initially filed. Bond was set at $50,000 for the unlawful sexual activity charge and $100,000 for the burglary charge. The court also ordered McEwen to have no contact with the victim. He was also ordered not to return to the home where the alleged incident took place. Cases like this often involve careful investigation, especially when minors are involved. And according to the police, the moment of resistance, grabbing a hammer and fighting back, may have helped stop the attack. But for now, the case against Brandon McEwen continues to move through the court system, and as a legal process unfolds, the courts will ultimately determine what happens. But the case has already drawn attention to a moment when a victim fought back and called for help. If you learn like these, then grab your copy of the Spilling the Juice book series at spillingthejuice.com, also available on all major book platforms. Kudos to the teenager who defended herself. STJ Archives, signing off.